Hello designers, welcome to another tutorial. So in this tutorial, we're learning how to make this curved bustier. So this is from the shoulder to your half length. So get your pattern ready. So if you've not subscribed to this channel, please click on the subscribe button and also turn on your notification bell so you can get notified whenever I upload a new tutorial. So we're just going to get right into this. So this is my pattern paper. This is the half scale. That's from the shoulder to the waistline. That's what I have here. So the first thing I'm going to do on this pattern is to do my underbust tightening. So if you don't know how to draft this pattern, I'm going to drop a link in the description box and also in the comment section, so you can check out how to draft this. Then after you've drafted this, then you can continue to watch this. So I'll do my underbust tightening first. So I've done a little tutorial on how to tighten the underbust. So I'll drop that video in the comment section too, and also the description box. So after doing my underbust tightening, I'll connect it to the waistline. Do you understand? So I'll connect it to the waistline there. So after connecting it to the waistline, the next thing I'll do is to do the overbust tightening. You can't make a curved bustier without doing your overbust tightening. So I'm just going to look for the midpoint between the neck point and the shoulder point in order for me to do the overbust tightening. So just mark from your NP to your SP, then connect it to your bust point. Do you understand? So I'll connect it to my bust point. So I'll go above my chest line by 1.5 in order for me to mark out the overbust tightening and also the yoke. So where you mark your 1.5 there, do 0.75 tightening on both sides of your pattern. So I'll just place my curve ruler this way. Please look at my ruler placement. It is very important for you to look out for the ruler placement there. So I'll do the overbust tightening of 0.75 on both sides. Then I'll come to the side of my pattern here towards the armhole. Then I'll connect from the where I did the overbust tightening there. I'll connect to the side. Then the other side, I'm going to connect it. So from your chest line, go down by ½ inch. You can do more if you want to really expose the cleavage. You can do more. So mark ½ inch inward too, and roll a straight line to your bust point. This line is going to help us to mark out the cup corset. Then from the second leg of your overbust tightening, just connect it to this point like this. So you're trying to mark out the yoke before we cut out the cup. So now I'm going to mark the cup on this side by placing my ruler this way. Just look out how I'm placing my ruler. It is very important there. So this is this side for the cup corset. So I'm label it A. So the other side from the armhole there, I'll go in by 1 point. I marked 1.25 there. Then you're going to place your ruler this way, then connect it to the that leg that you have on your underbust line this way. So look at how I'm placing my ruler. This is very important. So I'm trying to just remark this part area here. Can you see? So we're going to label the other side B. So what we mark out at the top is the yoke. Okay, so if you're making a full yoke, this is how your full yoke is going to look like, but we're not going to be marking out a full yoke. We're just going to mark like going by ½ inch on this side. Go open the neckline. So open it by ½ inch. Then you're going to mark ½ inch for the shoulder tightening. This is called shoulder tightening. It is very important so that your neckline will not gape and it's going to be firm on your body. So from where you mark the ½ inch, you open your neckline by ½ inch, connect it to the second dart leg of your overbust tightening on this side. Can you see how I'm placing my ruler? I just did a little alteration to the style inspiration that I have there. This is not exactly what we have at the yoke there, but I just did a little bit of alteration there. Can you see? But if you want yours to be exactly like that, you can just go ahead to make it that way. So I just want a little alteration here. So where you mark your overbust tightening, half your what you mark on your bust tightening, take it outside where you mark out your yoke here. Can you see how I'm rolling it? I mark 0.75 outside there. Then you're going to reblend it. You're going to replot your armhole. But before you replot your armhole, go ahead to remark your what you have on your chest line. So what I have on my chest line is not going to be exactly what I have there now, because I've done overbust tightening. So the dart has taken some space. If you are making this with lacing at the center back, you don't need to do this. Okay, but because I'm making it with a zipper at the back, so I need to add back whatever you've taken in on your pattern here. What you have here in this, please add it outside. Okay, add it outside. It is very important, or else if you don't add it outside, you won't be able to zip up because it's going to be really too tight there. So I will add what I have there, then connect it this way, then I'll connect from that new point to the underbust. Can you see I connected it to the underbust? So marking out what you take in on your chest line is very important here, so that you'll be able to zip up. If you are using lacing at the center back, you don't need to worry about that. So I will replot a new armhole this way. Can you see how I plotted a new armhole? So this is all I have to do at the front. Can you see? So I'll just go ahead to cut my pattern, close my bust dart. After closing the bust dart, make sure to reshape the cup B. Okay, the cup B, you're going to reshape it. So I'll just go ahead to, because there's going to be a little shift, so I'll reshape it there. Then I'll just cut the rest of the pattern. So try to blend your pattern. Okay, blend it on this side here, and just do what you have to do here. Cut your pattern, and this is going to be our pattern set for the front. Okay, so the yoke that we have here, I'm going to be marking a gaping dart here. So just find somewhere on your pattern here and just mark ½ inch. Okay, so this what you're taking here is called gaping dart, so that your yoke is going to be firm on your body. It's not going to gape. So I'll just go ahead to close it. So close it off and tape it down, and that's what you have. So try, once you tape it down, try to reblend. If there's a shift, just reblend it, and here you have your yoke there. So just cut off the excess paper, and here we have our front pattern set. Okay, so I'll be cutting this on my fabric. So let's do the back. So for the back here, I'll just go ahead to go above the chest line by 1.5, just the same way I did it at the front. Whatever you go up at the front is what you're going to mark at the back, to just raise it up like this and roll a straight line. So after that, I'm going to extend the dart leg up here by just extend it up. Then I'm going to do tightening of 0.25 on both sides. Do you understand? 0.25 on both sides. So after you've done that, so you're going to recheck what you have on your chest line, just like we did at the front. So the tightening that we did there is going to take off some space, which we need to account for later. So I'll just go ahead to remark what I've taken in there, then connect it to the waistline at this point. Then just get your ruler and just try to replot here another arm of this way. So this is what we have. So the next thing I'll do at the back is to do the neck shoulder tightening at the back. So at the front we did 0.5, so at the back you're going to do 0.25, then open the neck now by ½ inch. Can you see how I marked it? So I'm just going to connect it. So at the back too, we're going to mark out the yoke. So yoke styling is just the same way, almost the same thing like the front too. So I'll mark it this way. Can you see? Then I'll just go ahead to cut my pattern. But before that, I'm going to add seam the zipper allowance at the center back. This is optional. You can easily do this on your fabric, but I just decided to just add it on my pattern here. So I'll cut my pattern now. So then after cutting this, I'll do the tightening at the back too. That's the gaping dart. I'll take gaping dart at the back too, just like the front. You need to take your gaping dart, so just mark somewhere there at the back and mark ½ inch and connect it this way. Then you close it and do your reshaping if there's a need for that. And that is what we have for the pattern drafting. So I'll be showing us a little bit of the sewing process of this. So this is my pattern set for both the front and the back. Then I'll just take this to my fabric and cut it out, adding all the necessary seam allowance that we need to sew this. Then I'll just go ahead to start sewing. So right here, I've cut out my fabric, my pattern on fabric already. And also look at my fabric. You can see that I ironed here stay on the fabric. So this is to support the fabric here. So this is the front here. Can you see? So I cut out wording for the cup, okay, just to add some reinforcement to the cup area. So I cut out wording for that. So, and I'll be ironing the wording to the cup and sewing it together. So now I'll sew the back together this way, and also the front I will sew it together this way. So let me just take this to the sewing machine and sew it together. Then I'll bring it back to show us the rest of the sewing process. So here I've joined the front. Can you see the center front that I've joined it with the side front? This is what I've ironed it. So this is the cup here. I've ironed the wording to it, to the cup. Then this is the back too. Can you see I've joined it together and ironing. So right now I'm going to go ahead to join the cup together. So I'm joining the cup here together. Just watch how it's very simple, just like when you're sewing your bustier too. So just join it together. Make sure you just go ahead to join this together. So one thing to join this easily is to notch. Make sure you notch, so that once you are joining it, it's going to fit perfectly to where you're supposed to join the A and the B together. So right here I've joined one of the cup to the front here. So this is the second cup that will be joining it. So one thing is that make sure where you join your cup together matches with where you join together on your fabric. Okay, just join it together. You can pin it down, then just join it round. It's just that simple. Do you understand? So but before you join your cup to your outfit, make sure you ironed it. Okay, I've ironed this before I joined it, so make sure you iron. It's very, very important to iron. Okay, iron before you join it together. So right here I've joined this. Can you see I've joined it and I went ahead to iron it? So now I'm going to be joining the yoke to this. So make sure everything aligning is very important. It's going to make it very, very neat and beautiful. So I'll go ahead to just join the yoke here at the front. So make sure you're going to be joining this to where it's supposed to be. So I will be pinning it down. So pinning is important. So whenever I'm sewing, I always pin. So nobody is bigger than pinning in dressmaking. Don't ever say that I don't need to pin. Pinning is very important. It helps for accuracy. So I always pin down everything that I sew. I always try to pin them together to see if one side is longer than the other, maybe one side is short or there's some error somewhere. So just always pin like this. So I'll pin this, then I'll go ahead to sew it. The same thing with the back too. I'm going to go ahead to pin the back too. Okay, I'll pin it, the yoke to the back, and before I'll go ahead to sew it. So go ahead to join this together here. Can you see I've joined this together? The front, I've joined the yoke to the front and also the yoke to the back. So now just going to join this together at the shoulder and also at the side. And like I said, I'll pin them together. Okay, I'll pin it together at the shoulder and also at the side for me to join them. So can you see I've joined them together at the side and also at the shoulder. So it is important for you to always iron. Once you're sewing, always iron. Can you see what I have here? I ironed everything all the same. I ironed it out. So I will just introduce the skirt part of this dress to this to join it together. Then I'll introduce my lining. So I always joined everything, like the dress, then before I introduce the lining. So whatever finishing method you use or you want to use, you can just go ahead to use it. So this is the skirt part of the dress. I'll be showing us how I made the skirt with less than 2 yards of fabric. I used 2 yards of fabric for this. So I used the slash and spread method. So that way I was able to calculate my fabric. And I'll be showing us in the next tutorial for the skirt part to make a flare using the slash and spread technique. Do you understand? So I'll just join this together at the waistline. And here is what I have. Can you see? This is beautiful, right? So I will show us the down part of the skirt part of this dress in the next class, and also the sleeve too. So this is what I have for you in this tutorial. So if you've not subscribed, kindly click on the subscribe button to subscribe, and also click on the notification bell so that I can get notified whenever I upload a new tutorial, because there's more tutorial to come. So comment down below, let me know your thoughts. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section and I will respond to you. So thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial. Bye.